Oh man, I really hope this is the last take. This is definitely taking quite a while to do. But, well, guys, hope you're all having yourself another fantastic day. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video. You're absolutely awesome and fantastic in my book. And if you go on to stick around to watch the entire video, you're an absolute legend and an absolute trooper. So a question that has kind of been running around in my mind as of recently is just why? Why did I decide to do this? Why did I decide years ago that I wanted to pursue YouTube? Why did I decide to create a YouTube channel? Why did I decide to create stuff like Dak Drinks Water and create all these various series? Why did I decide that I wanted to create content and make videos for you guys? Why did I decide I wanted to pursue being a YouTuber? And the why questions are absolutely endless. And we'd be sitting here forever just talking about the questions instead of answering the questions. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kind of try to answer them to the best of my ability because I don't want to bore you guys and waste too much of your time. So funny enough, a couple years ago when I decided I wanted to be a YouTuber, it was actually trying to be a gamer or like a Twitch streamer of sorts. With my handle being Pro Texas Gaming, based on my gamer tag at that time. And so that kind of flopped, and then I transitioned into the current channel, which is Dak Does Stuff, which has been known as Just Dak, the words just and Dak, and then Dak Does Stuff. But I'm kind of glad I landed on the name Dak Does Stuff because it makes the most sense because of how all over the place my channel is, because I do a lot of various stuff from gaming videos, Dak Drinks Water, and a lot of various different things. Now, why did I decide to do it? It's very simple. My original goal was simply not just to do it for fun or anything. It was just, I wanted to do it because I wanted to make money. I wanted to have an extra income. I wanted to be able to make money, be able to have like a little side hustle, or maybe better yet, something along the lines of a job / career / hustle / lifestyle, or whatever you want to call it. And I have learned how tough that is, how tough it is to make money, and how difficult it is to get to that point to be able to make money. And so the big kicker, so the way I originally started with this channel was kind of just do whatever I thought. It was like, yeah, I'll just do this, I'll do that. So it was a bit of gaming, and I think that was really about it until like 2020, whenever the whole world practically shut down. I was pretty bored, and I wanted to create videos, but I had no clue what I wanted to do. I had no ideas for content, and I stumbled upon a YouTube video, YouTube series, or whatever it was, of a guy just drinking water. And the guy just went on to just have buttloads of episodes. So basically a whole entire, seemed like a Simpsons-like series of many episodes of this dude just drinking water. And I got inspired and thinking, oh, I'm desperate for content, I'm desperate for something. And I'm thinking, how about I just go ahead and just do something called Dak Drinks Water. Now, it was going to be originally Dakota Drinks Water, but I realized, well, I want to make it short, make it just roll off the tongue, or just make it like just make sense. Because I would say, Dakota, welcome back for Dakota Drinks Water. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel like, it was like there's just too much trying to be said. So I thought, Dak Drinks Water. And that's when I kind of decided on kind of trying to go by the name Dak, which is kind of ironic, as I still go by it, even though it's only a nickname, because Dakota is my actual name. And so as the years went by, I learned how tough it would be when it came to trying to gain subscribers, gain views, gain just all these various things to help in terms of a relationship with growth for the channel. And so yeah, I thought it would be easy to gain subscribers, gain views, and just eventually, within a short amount of time, just with Dak Drinks Water alone, that, bam, eventually, a year or two from now, I'll be many episodes in, and I'll be making money, hopefully, that kind of thing. But it wasn't as easy as I thought, because that was just my expectation, and now I'm doing what I like to do a lot, is circle back and repeat what I just said. But I know that my goal has changed from what I said originally, was just to make money, purely just to make money, only make money from YouTube. That's the only reason why I want to do it. And it has changed drastically from that point back in like 2019, 2020 to now here in 2020, 25. In 2025, my bad. Because as I started doing more and more episodes with Dak Drinks Water, it caught the attention of friends of mine and people I knew when I was in high school, during my time in high school, my junior, senior year, and people just became interested in it. They thought it was fascinating. I thought it was fascinating, interesting, and some of them even wanted to be in the videos, which I thought was quite interesting. I don't know how to describe it. It was just, it kind of caught me off guard. It surprised me, like, why would people want to be in these videos? And it's because they just thought, I guess they thought it was cool, and it made me realize that I don't want to do it just to make money. I want to do it because I enjoy doing it, because I love doing it, because there are people out there that like my content, that are people out there that know me, that I know personally, that like my content. And so eventually, just try to stick with Dak Drinks Water, try to continue to come up with various random video ideas. And so as we got to like 2022 to up to now, till recently, the journey has definitely been a roller coaster, or hills and valleys, with a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and maybe some loop-de-loops here and there. Because with doing very serious, like whenever I did the WWE 2K24 Universe mode, I noticed that my channel was kind of catching fire, where there were a bunch of people checking out the episodes, I was getting a lot of views, a good amount of likes, and I was really growing in terms of my subscriber count. And so then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta keep this up. But I was like, just had a lack of creativity, and that lack of creativity led to a lack of consistency, and somehow I wasn't able to find the same footing, or same leverage or elevation, or I don't know how to describe it, like that same feeling of growth with any other series. And so I think it was after that I kept trying to find my foothold, and just try to continue to grow and get better and get better and get better. But one big thing I learned that has made it tough, and especially from that, is how important it is to be consistent with uploading videos and just being consistent and whatever I'm uploading, no matter if it's a short video, if it's a long video, just being able to consistently upload, consistently make quality content and all this kind of stuff. And I guess when it came to doing Dak Drinks Water, I just lost that consistency, I don't know if I lost quality, I just lost that consistency with it, where I've learned over the past couple of years that I would be much deeper into the series than 300 episodes. Because I started Dak Drinks Water back in 2020, and I'd probably be, if I did an episode a day from 2020 to now, that's 5 years, 365 days times 5, I'll just kind of round down to 350, so it's 350, 700, 1,000, it'd at least be like, maybe like, I don't know, 1,500 episodes by now in. It's about halfway to 2,000 episodes, which is kind of crazy for me to think about, with it only being at a fraction of that. And so, as I continued going on and on and on and on, I realized that it felt like it was getting tougher and tougher and tougher, because I just couldn't think of ideas. I couldn't think of content I wanted to do. I kept trying all these things when it felt like nothing worked except one thing, and I tried to capitalize on it, and I tried to commit to it, and I just didn't. And so when I got to about 2024, 2025, or at least in this past 365 days, with looking at where I was thinking, the content isn't there, the quality isn't there, the consistency isn't there, just like everything that I was kind of wanting for, the things I was enjoying, it wasn't there as much as I wanted it to be. And it kind of got to me to a point where I have contemplated quitting YouTube, where I want to make videos like, yeah, hey guys, this is gonna be my final video, peace out, I'm done, I'm not gonna do this anymore, because I've been here for 5 years and it's not where I want to be. And it's kind of been like that. I've been trying to fight that mentality for it's been more of the past few weeks, past few months, of just be like, yeah, it's not where I want to be. I'm only getting views from shorts. I'm not getting exposure. I'm not getting the views, the subscriber gains, and all the likes and comments and all that kind of stuff. And it was really getting to me. And one big thing I've learned, one big thing that has made it tough is because I didn't use my resources properly. And what I mean by that is that I've had opportunities to promote my channel and to share my videos wherever I could, and I never really did. So, the reason I say is because recently, this past week, at the time of recording this, is whenever a lot of videos have come out with episode 9 of the Daddy Dak Road to the Show series, trying the Bluebell ice cream, the Groom's Cake Bluebell ice cream flavor, and I believe trying the Calypso lemonade video. With all releasing all those videos, those videos have just kind of slowly gone up, a lot more views on average than I normally get, because I decided to take advantage of the opportunities I had and take advantage of the resources to go out and promote my channel across the interwebs, like on Facebook and Discord and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I could have been doing this a long time ago, and I'm just not doing it, and I could have been growing my channel a lot sooner. And that's one of the tough things about trying to do it, is that when you're not promoting your content, when you're not really putting yourself out there and be like, hey, I'm a small content creator and I'm trying to grow and trying to get my views up, my subscribers up, trying to really grow my brand and grow my channel. I would love for you to check me out. Without any of that kind of attention or any of that self-promotion, it's not going to go anywhere. And that kind of explains itself why I never really got the views that I was hoping for with a lot of the videos I've posted in the past. And with Acting Swatter, although it was kind of a success, it wasn't as much of a success as I expected it to be or wanted it to be. And it has been quite interesting to kind of see this growth. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ways to put it. There's a lot of ways to say it. But one big thing I will say, though, is that, especially over this past few months, is that I've learned that I don't want to just use this as my brand. I just don't want to use this as just my channel or something to just be able to try and make money. I've realized that this is my platform. This is not just my platform, but this is my platform for ministry. This is my opportunity to exemplify and glorify Jesus and what it means to follow Jesus, because if you didn't know already, I am a Christian and I follow Jesus, because that's one of the most important things that you can have in your life, is to follow Jesus with your whole heart. And I know that coming from a guy like me, be like, well, you don't really talk about Jesus often. You don't really do anything about Jesus in your videos. Well, yeah, because I'm very passionate about sports. I'm very passionate about various things. And one big thing I'm passionate about is also graphic design, which kind of pay attention to the evolution of a lot of my thumbnails. It should be evident that my passion for graphic design and just learning more about it has slowly but surely kind of gone up in the ranks. But it has become very important to me that even if I'm not directly in a position to have this idea of a ministry, of being in a church, being a pastor, I realize that just because I don't have that platform doesn't mean I can't use a platform like this to exemplify and glorify God, even if I'm not directly saying, hey, you should follow Jesus, or I'm not directly saying, hey, let's read this scripture. Because no matter what I'm talking about, no matter what I'm doing, no matter if I'm playing a video game, talking about a random topic, or trying a new random thing like a drink or a food, it shouldn't matter, because one verse that I can think of to perfectly sum this up is 1 Corinthians 10:31 is, whatever you do, whatever you do, or whatever you eat, whatever you drink, or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. I might have paraphrased that, so I apologize if I did say that verse wrong. And it's definitely kind of stuck with me to really think about how important that kind of verse is that no matter what I'm doing, it's to honor and glorify God. And I've always tried to use this as my way to exemplify and glorify what it means to follow Jesus, even though that hasn't been 100% accurate. I still try to strive for something like that every day in the content I make for you guys. And so, yeah. And just one big final point is that like I said, it's tough. It's a bunch of ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. And I've learned this idea of tough through the amount of takes it has taken me, not just to record this video, but videos in the past. This video, videos in the past, whether it be a gaming video, trying something, Dak drinks water. Because if you looked at my camera roll and took in all the deleted footage from all the recordings, all the various takes that I've made for these kinds of videos, it wouldn't be in the tens, it wouldn't be the hundreds, it would be in the thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of just outtakes and bloopers of like little 10, 15 seconds or something like that. And it's something that's always bothered me, is like, oh, I didn't get it the first try, or just, it's simply turned into insanity to a point where it's like, why do I continue to do this to myself? Why do I bother myself about this? Why do I overthink to this kind of extent? And I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. But I think the best way to say it is like this idea of insanity is that I always try to, well, at least what it takes is that it's saying the same thing over and over and over and over until you feel like you get the perfect take. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I messed up a word, gotta restart. Like, some of them make sense. But some of them are like, dude, I had a good take. Sure, I may have said the same thing 2 or 3 times, but I gotta keep going. And I get frustrated with that whenever I'm doing it, because I've had to restart over and over and over. It's like, I should probably stop talking, because I'm gonna go on this super long tangent that makes 0 sense to not even to y'all and to probably even me. But yeah, insanity of just doing stuff over and over and over until it's perfect, because that sums up how recording videos has been for me, of just having taken 20, 30 takes, taken up to an hour or two just to get the perfect take. And yeah. Okay, I've talked too much. I have talked way too much. And if I keep talking, we're going to be here for 30 minutes. And yeah, I'm done. I've talked too much. Adios, amigos.